Morning guys, Scott from SA Landscaping. The snow is still not shifting up north. We're still getting flurries on a night, and it's pretty cold first thing on the morning, sort of -2 yesterday and -1 today first thing, so it's making the ground difficult to do work, pruning and things. You're trying to rake up and it's a bit difficult. So today I'm just off to the dealers and I'm investing a bit more battery equipment today. I'm going to pick up a BGA 200. We already have the 100, but we're getting the 200. It's been out a while, but thought we'd give these a try. This must be a little bit more powerful than the other one. And also a Stihl MSA 220, which is the battery chainsaw. Now straight away I hear people saying, oh, battery chainsaws. Well, this is just a small one. We run the 171s just for small jobs, and this is just to sort of replace the 171. We don't do a huge amount of tree surgery, it's just small works. So this saw will quite happily do a couple of jobs on a full battery with what we need. Like I say, we're not out 8 hours a day pruning and everything with it. Tree work with it. It'll be just a couple hours here and there, dropping little trees or taking a few limbs off. So I was quite impressed with the extendable chainsaw, which I did a video on sort of August last year, if you go back through my videos, and the battery life was good on that. For a machine that requires a lot of power, and obviously it's extendable as well. So I thought I'll go and get one of these little ones, and just the same again, just trying to get on to more battery equipment. Yes, you've got an initial outlay with the batteries, but then I mean, we're saving somewhere in the region of 15 to 20 pounds some days if we've got 3 gangs out, so it's a decent saving overall. But the purpose of today's video, just while I'm travelling a little bit, is I just want to talk a bit about personal development, which I'll explain what I mean in a minute. But this time of year we put so much into looking for new jobs and the Facebook and the advertising and the leaflets or whatever form of advertising you guys do. And we put so much into that, all our energy goes into that, and all our energy goes into, right, I need this new equipment, and either looking for loans or going to buy equipment or looking around for equipment second hand if you go down that route. And what we need to, another part of the process we need to be doing this time of year is personal development. And what I mean is fitness, and I'll explain. When I started in this trade, getting on for 25 years ago now, anybody who knows me personally knows I was an avid runner. So for 15 years up to around 2011 I used to run 50 to 60 miles a week, and having a physical job, it made that physical job a lot easier. Like I say, I used to be working sort of 50 hours a week, and I still managed to fit in the running, but it was a bit of an addiction. So I would go out on a morning at 5 AM, go to work, and go out on the night, whether we were going to the track or anything, because I used to compete quite a bit. Over my time I've run 12 marathons, including 4 in London, and also I've run over 140 half marathons. So I've done quite a lot of running over the years, and it's always stood me in good stead with this job. So like I say, I don't do a huge amount nowadays. I just sort of tick over. What our class is ticking over is sort of 20 mile a week roughly, and I'll probably do what most of you will live near a park where the park run take place. It's a big thing that swept the country a few years ago, and now everybody seems to do it. So if I can get Saturdays off, I tend to, when park runs aren't cancelled because of COVID, I tend to try and get a park run in, and nothing fast like I used to be able to run. I mean, I just bimble around in sort of 20 minutes nowadays. But so what I'll tend to do is I'll put in a park run on a Saturday. I'll do sort of a medium run on a Sunday, which is probably 8 to 10 miles, really steady, just a steady run. and then I'll try and get in 1 or 2 a week, depending how the week goes, because as you'll know, in the summer it can get pretty hectic. And when I used to run marathons, I used to always train for the marathons, and I would always train in the winter. So when work was a bit slack for my previous employer in the winter, then that's when I could get more mileage in, because I knew we wouldn't be doing overtime. And I trained for my last marathon about 5 or 6 years ago, and I was due to do one this year actually for a charity, but that never came about. So I've deferred it, London, which will be my final marathon, because I've been running them for 4 decades now, and I struggle to get the mileage in you need to do for a marathon. So that will be 2022 will be my last one. But coming back to the running, I just find that not just the running, you could be biking, you could be rowing, because I used to do a lot of rowing when I used to be a runner. I used to do a lot of rowing as cross training, and it used to build your strength and stamina. So what I find is with the running, it just sets you up. When you're not running and you're working, your body's sluggish and everything's sluggish about it, whereas I find when I'm fit or doing a little bit of fitness, I find that I'm primed to go every day, and I'm finding the work's easier and it's not so much of a chore. So I would definitely recommend anybody who's, like I say, investing in other parts of personal development, invest in yourself a little bit. And that doesn't have to be, like I've just said, it doesn't have to be 20 to 30 mile a week, it doesn't have to be 50 to 60 mile a week. But ask yourself the question, how many of you guys on a night sit, watch soaps or spend an hour on YouTube? But please keep watching my videos. Don't go into fitness and forget about watching my videos. But how many people do things that are wasted, or just sitting and just browsing, like I say, Facebook and Twitter, when you could spend that half an hour? You could have 4 mile in the bank. If you do that 2 or 3 times a week for half an hour, it just you will feel better in yourself. Because it is, we're coming up to March, and everybody in the trade know once March starts, you're going to war, and you're going to war for 6 months, because this trade's brutal and it's just non-stop. You've got the weather, and you've got breakages, and you've got huge workload, hopefully, if you're that lucky, and you just don't have a minute. But I've always found that planning things in, yes, you might start work at 6:30 on a morning, but get up at 5, go out for half an hour, or you might get in at 7 on a night and think, oh, I can't be bothered. But can I tell you, with running and most sports, the hardest thing is the first 2 steps out the door, because it's easy to say, oh, it's raining outside, I'm not going to go out. But just taking them 2 steps out the door, once you're over the other side of the threshold, that's it, you're done, you're out, and it's a breeze, and you come back thinking, I'm pleased I went, rather than I'm pleased I didn't go and sat in the house. So I hope that's been useful, and I hope that you get where I'm coming from, because this is one of the toughest trades you'll ever come across. I mean, you've got things like bricklayers and other outdoor trades and tarmackers and fences and things, but we're up there with all of them. We're not sat in an office all day, or we're not. There are various trades that you can go into, electricians and things like that, which, yes, it's a skilled trade, but I'm sorry guys, it's not taxing, these jobs. So yeah, I hope the videos help, and I will see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.